Hi Kev, welcome back to my camp. Good to see you again. And I can see you're up today with your production model of the Scout that I've been trialling for the last couple of months here. Could you tell us something about it?
Happy to. So, well, this is the Scout. So this one's different from the one that you got, the Mark II, because I felt the handle was too short on that.
Right.
So this one I've extended, so it projects out the back of your hand, which I felt was more comfortable, especially with different grips. And I felt that would suit more people because of that. So that was that. It's got the textured spine. This time it's not all round though. On the end of this one, I found that when I was using this to strike a ferro rod, the butt end for that, it didn't seem to strike very well because it was a stainless.
Right.
So on the end, you can see there's a brazed tungsten carbide section on here to act as a ferro rod scraper. It scrapes bark, all the rest of it, and I've been really happy with this since doing it, and that was the sort of final piece of the jigsaw to create this knife. So that's it there. It comes with this one will come, the stainless steel one will be the premium model, and it'll come with a titanium bow drill adapter inside the scales.
Okay.
So you've always got one with you. It will also come with a kit mounted on the sheath, either left or right, depending on what the customer specifies. But that will have an Allen key to remove the scales. It'll have a ceramic sharpening rod, and it will have a ferro rod with it as well. So it comes as a full kit in there. There'll be a lower price point knife as well, which will be effectively the same shape, but it won't have the tungsten carbide on the end because it's going to be an 01 carbon steel. This one being B-cut and stainless will be obviously a bit more expensive, especially with all the bits and pieces.
Right.
But the carbon steel one will be a lower price point, and it won't have any of the accessories. And that'll give somebody the ability, if they want to buy the knife, they're interested in the knife, but you know, they've got sharpening kit or they've got rods or whatever, they don't have to buy that. And so they can buy the knife itself, and then potentially the titanium bow drill adapter that will fit inside, and that's them. Or they can accessorise right the way up. They can do what they like.
Would the B-cut model be available without accessory kit?
It's not my intention to do that.
Right.
No.
Okay.
So I'm seeing this as more as a sort of upper end product.
Right.
And then the 01 is, you know, if you want to get in the trackers, and this will be fairly robust. It's designed for sort of bushcraft market, Alex, so it's more compact. It's only got a 5-inch blade, so it's more aimed at bushcrafters, but it's still a heavy duty knife. It's going to be about 5 mil thick.
Right.
So it'll take a bit of a beating. You know, you should be able to kind of use and abuse it, and it'll handle that no problem.
And it's a full convex edge on the production model as well?
Yeah, it basically will look the same as this. So you've got convex on both portions of the blade. It's even convex round about the hook.
Okay.
Splitting swedge at the front, 6mm hole, and then you get a 10mm bow drill adapter hole there as well. Or you can tie in a lanyard, whatever you want in there too.
Okay. Right. And how have you found it personally yourself for doing bushcrafting?
Well, obviously I've been in the workshop trying to get orders out the door, but this is my sort of go-to, the Woodsman. I really like the Woodsman. It's been, yeah, that just does everything I want. However, there are times when that feels a little bit big, and this one fits in a little pack at the front.
Yeah.
You know, so it can fit in a pocket of a pack, much more compact, but it's still, apart from the chopping, it's still very capable. If you batten with it, it's not a problem. So if you can batten, you're all good. And it really makes feathers very easily. It's yeah, I've actually come to really like this one, which I was surprised at, because this suits everything I want. But I've actually got a bit of an affinity with this one now. Just when I've been going out the back and doing a wee fire, and I haven't needed to split anything, I've finally taken this instead of this, just because of the size. It's just more compact, easier to port about. But if I'm going and I want to process bigger sections of timber, the Woodsman goes with me. So,
Right.
but this is sort of taken over from my Bushcrafter. My Bushcrafter was my personal favourite of my knives. It did everything I wanted it to. It was designed around what I needed for a bushcraft knife.
Okay.
But having found trackers, going back to the Bushcrafter and that straight blade, it feels like a step back the way, because while it makes feathers very, very easily, it just can't possibly match a tracker for making feathers. A tracker is sort of the ultimate firecraft knife, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. There is a few problems that people have come across in the past, and I've recently been writing a book on the trackers, and I explain my thoughts behind that and the reasons why. But if you stick out with the tracker, definitely light years ahead when it comes to doing firecraft stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've had numerous customers or people come past the workshop over the last 6 months or so, and exclusively they've found that although they've not been interested in a tracker, they've been interested in bushcrafters and stuff, I've done sort of like just a wee field trial with them and given them the tracker, and every single one of them has been absolutely amazed at how easy it is to make feathers.
Yeah.
They've been blown away with it.
Oh, it's definitely the king when it comes to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you were saying, the issue then comes with, because it's a different shaped blade, it's when they're doing the other tasks that they're used to using a straight blade for, they have to then think outside the box, outside their experience and their framework that they've been used to using. And some people struggle with that. But if you persevere, I won't go back to straight bladed knife. Yeah. I won't. You know, I've got this for my bushcrafter size, I've got that for anything bigger. And it just feels, it really does feel like a regression to go back to it, because if you really look at it, you've got your straight sections here, so if you wanted to just do standard sort of push feathers, you can use the draw knife section for that. Yeah. You know, if that's the way you want to do it. I mean, it's good to practice that, I suppose, but just drawing the feathers in, what I like about that is you don't even have to focus on it. You've got your stick, you're hooking it on, and you can draw it, but you can actually be, you know, checking out your surroundings or whatever, because it can't go past the stick to hit you, and it's just such a gentle motion that draws them off. So
I think in the past, you know, it's got a bit of a bad reputation, the tracker, and I'm talking about the Tops T1. But I think because it's a brute of a knife, it's large, whereas you're offering for the small end, the Shirley, now the Scout, all the way up to the front line. Yeah. You know, so you're covering every specific area that someone would need, whether it was survival, bushcraft, you know, an EDC. You've got something there in your catalogue for everybody.
Well, that's it. You've got a knife from a 4-inch blade with a Shirley, through 5, 8 for this, 8 for the STV, and then up to, I think it's about 11 for the front line, which is massive. You know, so all for different purposes. You know.
You tell us where you are at the moment with the postage, because I knew the last time I was speaking to you, you were having a hell of a problem with it. Can you tell me where you are today with it?
Yes, it's good news. So I enlisted the help of Jim from Bushcraft Costa Rica over this one. So companies to give me a verified account. The only way they would ship bladed items from the UK now is with a verified account. But for whatever reason, they were saying that they're not actually issuing verified accounts at the moment because of stuff going on with posting knives. So they blocked it. So I was stymied. I couldn't get anything out. The post office is still having problems, and this is, what is it? This is May. So that's like 6 months. It was December they went kind of Pete Tong. This is 6 months on and they've still not got it fixed. Right. And so it was creating all sorts of problems for me. But I spoke to Jim. I just had a thought in the middle of the night, and I rang him and asked if he could contact FedEx and UPS and DHL in the States and ask if the customer ordered a pickup, could they do that instead? And he didn't see it as a problem. And sure enough, he went on and he called the offices for these people, and DHL came back and gave him the same responses as given me. Absolutely, utterly no way, we're not shipping a knife. Right. So that was disappointing. But FedEx and UPS both came back and said, if our customers, you know, basically order a pickup, I think it was with FedEx, they would have to email me the shipping order, and I would then print that off, stick it to the package. FedEx will come in, uplift it and take it away. No problem going across the border or anything, they will pick it up. And UPS, that was slightly different. That wasn't emailing a shipping order, I think that went to the company and they printed it off, and I just had to have the package and my ID ready, and when they turn up they'll stick the label on it, and again they'll take it away and the job's done. This week I'm now focused completely on finishing up these trackers and contacting the customers, and hopefully, I'm not saying I'm going to finish all of them in a week before people go there. All right, I've got quite a few to do, but I'm starting them Monday. I'm starting working through finishing all the details and bits and pieces, and then I'll be in touch with my customers saying.
So that's Monday the 15th of May.
Aye, it'll be basically choose your courier, pay whatever the level of shipping and insurance you want, send me the label or email me the label, and we'll get your knife off to you. So that's where we're at.
Right, so how do people get in contact with you if they would like to order a knife?
Through my email address, which is info@originknives.co.uk, or you can drop me a message on, well, I suppose, Facebook Messenger, or even through the channel on YouTube, I suppose. If you comment on one of the videos, I guess you'll get the opportunity to ask questions. I can respond via that too. So.
Okay then. Well, thanks again for coming out. I know you're extremely busy, and but you do need time off. So a couple of hours out in the woods today, and I really appreciate you coming out and seeing me. So that's it from Easy Going Outdoors and Origin Knives. Thanks everybody for coming to the channel today. Catch you soon. Please subscribe, and we'll all see you in the future. Cheers.
Thanks guys. Bye bye.